John Beltran back at Fort Morgan High School, where the Fort Morgan Mustang boys will take on the Frederick Warriors, with the Mustangs at 2-3 on the season, coming off a 65-38 victory on Tuesday here against the Niwot Cougars. Frederick has been nails this season. They are 4-1, and in past years they've given Fort Morgan plenty of trouble. This year, the Mustangs and the Frederick Warriors have one common opponent, and it was Northridge. Fort Morgan defeated Northridge on the opening night here in Fort Morgan 70-38, a 32-point victory. As impressive as that was, just to give you an idea how good Frederick is, they beat Northridge by 71 points 2 weeks ago today, 102-31, and that game was in Greeley. That was a road game. So this is going to be a major test tonight for the Mustangs facing this 4-1 Northridge team. 4 players in double figures, led by Elon Marinoff and A.J. Hutchinson, averaging 13 points a game. Marinoff at 14 points a game. So this is going to be a tough challenge as we send it downstairs.
Number 3, Junior. Number 12, Junior. Jacoby Conway. Number 45, Junior. Alex Bloom. Number 4, Senior. Isaiah Seeley. And number 23, Senior. Elon Yerma. Coaching the Warriors is Enoch Miller, assisted by Jeff Conway and Walter Brown. And now the start for your Fort Morgan Mustangs. Number 2, Junior Fernando.
So there you go. Marquez, Langford, Wheatley, Fajardo, and Campa for Fort Morgan. J.J. Heil, Isaiah Elise, A.J. Hutchinson, Jacoby Conway, and Elon Marinoff, the leading scorer for Frederick. Opening tip tonight is brought to you by High Plains Bank, your friendly local community bank serving Wiggins and all surrounding areas. Find out more at highplainsbank.com. It'll be Alex Stern jumping center against Jackson Langford. Tip is controlled by Fort Morgan. Here's Braden Fajardo on the high left with the basketball, dribbling left of the lane. He's going to kick it back out to Marquez. Marquez guarded closely by Conway. Straight away to Langford at the left corner for Campa. Holding the ball up high, dribbling to his right. Top of the three-point circle, Fajardo is going to hand it off to Langford. Langford at the free throw line, hands it back off to Fajardo. Between his legs, guarded by Marinoff. On the outside right to Marquez. Here is Langford in the lane, and we've got a offensive foul, as taking the contact was Alex Stern, and running over Stern was Jackson Langford. That's also a turnover to begin this game for the Mustangs. And now A.J. Hutchinson and the Frederick Warriors come the other way. 30 seconds in, an empty possession for Fort Morgan. On the outside right, here's Conway with a basketball. Conway kicks it back out to Hutchinson. Just beyond the timeline, picked up by Fajardo. The Mustangs are manning up. Hutchinson puts up a runner off the glass and in from 5 feet away. And check that. That's going to be Elise instead. Isaiah Elise with a basket. 2-0 in favor of Frederick. Into the front court is Wheatley. Now down low to Wheatley. Check that to Fajardo off his hands. Intercepted. Here's the layup up and in by Elise. Off the second Mustang turnover, 4-0 in favor of the Warriors. In the backcourt, is Fajardo over to Marquez. Marquez crossing midcourt here to Jesse Campa on the high right. Campa right baseline is cut off by Alex Stern, double team, and then he throws it into the Frederick bench. Boy, Fort Morgan looks awful to begin the game. 3 turnovers. Mustangs got to get their act together here pretty quickly. So here we go into the front court. Check that. Hutchinson is on the bench. I thought he was starting in this game. Here is Elise, cross court, left corner, wide open 3, and that's off the back of the rim, missed by J.J. Heil, and Braden Fajardo goes high for the rebound. Here's Fernando Marquez, right of the lane, down low, intended for Wheatley, poked out of bounds by Conway. And retaining possession is Fort Morgan, trailing 4-0, 6:19 to go. In the opening quarter, Marquez to trigger it in on the offensive end. Left corner for Campa. Bounce pass straight away to Briggs Wheatley. In the left corner, Marquez dribbles left of the lane, then puts up a right-handed runner. Hits nothing but glass. That was a terrible miss. And Isaiah Elise with a rebound. Long pass to Conway. 10-foot pull-up is off the back of the rim. That looked like offensive goaltending. And then Conway puts it up and in. That was over the rim. That should have been goaltending there, because that ball was not off the rim on Elise, but Conway scores at 6-0. 5:49 to go, first quarter. Frederick in the lead. Briggs Wheatley on the high left, back out to Fajardo, takes the left wing 3, and that's off the front of the rim, and the rebound is controlled by Elise, and we got a foul in the backcourt. That might be the second on Langford. Nope, it's going to be Jesse Campa instead. Isaiah Elise looking very good here for Frederick. They're up 6-0. Elise the point guard on this possession for Frederick. Met by Wheatley at the top of the three-point circle. Behind the three-point line. Up top now to J.J. Heil at the free throw line. Cut off over there by Marquez. Here's Elise between his legs all the way, and then has the ball poked out of bounds, or he lost it. I thought Wheatley got a hand on it, but instead it's a turnover on Frederick, and they'll apply the backcourt pressure. Baseball pass near midcourt to Fajardo, 3-on-2. On the right wing to Langford, then throws it away, but it's taken by Langford, and he scores. He got lucky that it got deflected right back to him. Langford puts it in. Frederick 6, Fort Morgan 2. 5:09 to go in the first. With the basketballs, Marinoff. Back out on the outside left to Heil. Heil into the lane, bounce pass down low to Stern. He banks and scores. To the right of the basket, Alex Stern was wide open. Frederick back up by 6. It's 8-2 with 4:52 to go in the first quarter. 8-minute quarters in high school basketball. Here's a foul just across midcourt. That foul is on either Heil or Elise. It's on Elise. You could get into foul trouble. That's good news. Marquez to throw it in just beyond midcourt. Feeds Wheatley. Wheatley near the top against Elise. Double team. Jump pass to Fajardo. Left corner. Marquez penetrates all the way. He banks in, partially blocked. And then the ball is volleyballed into the hands of Elise. Elise got a hand on that ball. Long pass. Long 3 is up and missed by Heil. Strong side rebound is controlled by Fajardo. His second rebound across the timeline. On the left wing to Wheatley. Back out Fajardo. Wide open. Left wing 3. Book it. Braden Fajardo nails the triple. And the Mustangs cut the deficit in half. It's 8-5. In the left corner, Conway 3. And he gets nothing but glass, and it's knocked out of bounds. It's off Alex Stern. Mustang basketball. They're going up and down the floor very quickly here. Coach Eno Miller encouraging his Frederick Warriors to lay on the pressure. Oh, they're going to give it now to Frederick. They had signaled Fort Morgan. Conway to throw it in. He's got Elise open, bounce pass inside to Stern, and he puts it up. He hooks and misses, but the ball is volleyballed back out to Marinoff, and resetting is Frederick on the outside right now is Marinoff. Marinoff into the paint, kicks it back out. Conway, left wing 3, good. Jacoby Conway has 5, and Frederick leads 11-5. 3:55 to go first quarter. On the high left, Campa down low to Fajardo. Now backs it out in the left corner. Fajardo looking, still looking, has to get rid of it. Jump pass, cross court, Langford, right corner, Marquez. 3 in the air is good. Fernando Marquez drills the triple in the corner for Fort Morgan. Frederick 11, Fort Morgan 8. 3:36 to go in the first. All the way, Marinoff is runners up, misses. Rebound put back is partially blocked by Langford. It was taken by Stern. Langford to Marquez on the outside right. Marquez, right of the lane, 15-foot pull-up is good. Fernando Marquez is looking good early. He's got 5 points. The Mustangs are on a 5-0 run. It's 11-10 Frederick. The other way, here's Elise at the top, picked up by Wheatley. Right of the lane, jump pass, right corner. 3 is up, and that's no good. Missed by Conway. Langford away with a rebound for Fort Morgan. Langford, bounce pass to Wheatley. Wheatley to Langford, and we got a whistle. And are they going to call that 2 shots? That looked like a foul on the floor because Wheatley was passing. But it's going to be 2 shots, and Wheatley will go to the line. Now, who committed the foul? And we're going to have 2 substitutions. That clearly looked like it was off the pass. Ortega and Wesley Carnes about to come in for Fort Morgan, and Coach Miller not happy with that call. And the foul was on Marinoff, his first. Fort Morgan was down 8-2 early, but now they have scored 8 of the last 11 points. They draw to within 1. Like a good neighbor, Greg Mullen and his team at State Farm Insurance are there to make the insurance world easy for you. 842-4555. Marquez has 5 points for Fort Morgan. Conway has 5 for Frederick. With 3:01 to go in the opening quarter, the Mustangs will look to take the lead off the 2 Wheatley free throws, but it looked to me he was clearly attempting to pass the ball to Langford, not shooting. That's why I'm surprised that he was awarded 2 free throws. Mustangs will be back in action coming up on Tuesday here against Thompson Valley, 7:30 Mountain Time, right here on B106 of the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Fort Morgan dressed in their home whites, and Frederick in their dark blues with the light gold numerals. And here is junior Briggs Wheatley to the line to try and tie the game and perhaps give Fort Morgan the lead. Wheatley bends, shoots, and misses off the back of the rim. Second free throw is upcoming for Briggs Wheatley. Can he tie the game? Yes. Nails a second free throw. Fort Morgan 11, Frederick 11. Conway the other way for Frederick on the outside right, guarded by Marquez. Now near the timeline, nearly thrown into the backcourt, but flagging it down was Elise. Elise with the basketball as they spread out here. Over to J.J. Heil, now to Elise. Elise spins it in the left corner with the basketball. Is going to be Braden Behringer into the game. Now the 3 is missed over there. A long 3 by Bryce Conover, and it's taken away by Wesley Carnes. Carnes of Fort Morgan in the front court, now to Marquez. Right corner, Wheatley penetrates, cut off over there. He's going to have to kick it back out. Does inside to Ortega, and an offensive foul. Ortega ran into the Frederick defender. I believe that was Conway. That'll be turnover number 4 for Fort Morgan. And Frederick, with under 2.5 to go, comes the other way. With the basketball deadlocked at 11. Isaiah Elise. He's met by Briggs Wheatley. Cross court taken by Conway. Free throw line for Alex Stern. Stern with his back to the basket turns, shoots from 16, and it's in and out. And the rebound to Frankie Ortega, Fort Morgan. Ortega outlets it to Marquez. Marquez into the front court. Marquez between his legs. Right of the lane, into the lane. He pulls up from 7, missed it off the back of the rim. Elise with a rebound, his 4th, with a long baseball pass, knocked out of bounds by Ortega, intended for Conway over the Fort Morgan bench. 3/4 court. Frederick to throw it in. And here comes Ryan Chacon in for Frederick. So it's Chacon, Conover, Behringer, Elise, and Conway. With the basketball is Elise at the top, 1:52 to go. Levi McCoy about to check in for the Mustangs. In the right corner, Conover in the lane, jump pass, right baseline. Now right wing, Elise, 3 is up, and that's off the back of the rim. And the rebound and putback is up and in on the right baseline by Ryan Chacon. Frederick is back in the lead, 13-11. 1:35 to go, first quarter. Carnes in the backcourt to Marquez. Front court pass, an errant one, and it's intercepted over there by Braden Behringer. 5th turnover the other way. Behringer banks and misses, and it looked like a foul over the back, and it was on Bryce Conover off the miss in the lane. That'll be the 3rd team foul against Frederick. The Mustangs also have 3. So Jesse Campa's out. It's Ortega, Wheatley, along with McCoy Marquez and Carnes. Now Beto Martinez is in for Wheatley. And Carnes to throw it in. He will bounce it into Marquez. Marquez to Carnes. Now Marquez into the front court on the high left. Looked like he traveled. No whistle. He's trapped over there. Has to get rid of it. Back out near the timeline to Carnes. On the right wing to Ortega. Dribbles near the corner. Ortega bounce pass on 2 bounces to Marquez. 1:03 to go in the first. Beto Martinez lost control, got it back, and then he flips it back out to McCoy, straight away to Ortega. Right of the lane. He leans, he banks, he misses. And the rebound is controlled over there by Marinoff. Marinoff on the right wing. Faking the 3 and stepping in is Conover. Jump pass down low, and the banking and the scoring is perfect there by Jacoby Conway. He used the glass and scored. He's got 7. Frederick is up 15-11. 38 seconds remaining in the first quarter. On the outside left, Carnes. Left baseline for McCoy. Ball is poked out of bounds by Chacon. And Fort Morgan retains possession. Only 1 turnover in the first quarter for Frederick. And J.J. Heil is back in for Jacoby Conway. Had a very nice first quarter for Frederick. Ortega to trigger it in. Bounce pass in the corner for Fajardo. Dribbles left of the lane, pulls up, check that. That's Carnes. They have similar body types. He misses. And the rebound is pulled away by Bryce Conover. The other way here is Marinoff, and that looked like a foul on Fort Morgan off the pass. That will be on Beto Martinez, his first. And let's see who throws it in. This will be Braden Behringer for Frederick. Behringer to Conway. Now back out to J.J. Heil. 16 seconds to go. Left corner 3, Marinoff. It's an air ball, but Behringer comes down with the ball, and then it looks like he's fouled by Wesley Carnes. Wesley Carnes kind of undercut him by mistake. 5th team foul against Fort Morgan. And now Coach Miller of Frederick calls a 30-second timeout. The Mustangs are down by 4, 15-11 in the opening quarter. Mustang girls lost tonight 57-13 as junior guard Emma Christensen on a charging call in the opening half broke both of her wrists. A very rare injury to have 2 broken wrists on a play like that, but that's what happened. Let's check out the crowd we have here for Fort Morgan. Limited capacity, but that capacity is opening up now. You could almost count them on 6 or 7 hands before, and now it's more of an estimate. Yeah, I'd say you have a good about 75 fans here. So it's certainly not near capacity, but a lot more than it was for the first couple of games of the season. 13 seconds to go. In the first quarter, Braden Behringer to throw it in for Frederick. On the offensive end to the left of the basket. Behringer lobs it back out to Conover. Now to Marinoff. Looks up at the clock with 9 seconds to go. Just beyond midcourt. Guarded by Martinez. Crosses over on Martinez. Left of the lane. He shoots and he misses short. And the rebound to McCoy. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. It's Frederick 15, Fort Morgan 11 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Frederick leads 15-11 going into the second quarter. Jesse Campa, Briggs Wheatley, Jackson Langford, Braden Fajardo, and Fernando Marquez for Frederick. It's Bryce Conover, Elon Marinoff, along with J.J. Heil. And Ryan Chacon still in there, and so is Braden Behringer. Here is Marinoff with the basketball. Back out to Heil at the free throw line. Steps in, cut off by Langford. Swings it back out to Marinoff. Marinoff against Marquez, and he turned the ball over. He palmed that ball. That's a violation against Frederick. Their second turnover. The Mustangs had 5 in the opening quarter. And the ball is sitting in the back court of Fort Morgan at the free throw line. And that's because Marinoff left it there. They could have called a technical or something unsportsmanlike against him. Yeah, the official's not going to pick it up. You got to give it to the official. Just because you turn it over, you can't throw that type of attitude with the official. They're not going to like that. They might remember that later in the game. Marquez for Fort Morgan on the outside right to Wheatley. Pumps. Wheatley bounce pass back out to Campa. Near the left corner, Marquez down low for Langford. Langford to Marquez. Left corner, Langford. Wide open 3 is in and out. And the rebound to Bryce Conover of Frederick. And the ball is poked out of bounds by Wheatley. Frederick basketball. They're on a 4-0 run. Baseball pass front court is taken over there by Conway. Bounce pass right corner, Heil. Heil dribbles to his left, kicks it back out to Marinoff. Against Marquez, dribbles into the paint, then puts up a right-handed runner. Offensive foul. He pushed off with the left hand. Well, that's Marinoff's second foul. He'll be out of the game here for Elise. And Jacoby Conway is now going to join Elise. So Conway was not in there. It was Chacon instead that we mentioned earlier. Third turnover for Frederick. And Wheatley to throw it in. The Mustangs are lacking some offense here. Only 11 points in the opening quarter. Marquez over to Wheatley. We know how poor the Mustangs are when they don't score at least 60 points. Marquez is stripped, but he gets the ball back between his legs, behind his back. On the outside right bounce pass, nearly intercepted, taken by Fajardo. Fort Morgan's got to pass the ball a little bit better than that. Here's Fajardo leaning, banking, and an offensive foul. I don't know what he did there. The defender was there the whole time, and Braden commits the offensive foul. Alex Stern takes the contact, and the Mustangs have their sixth turnover. That was way too out of control between both Marquez and Fajardo. And Isaiah Elise comes the other way for Frederick. Elise with the basketball, met by Wheatley. Elise dribbles to his right behind the three-point line. Elise between his legs at the top. Heil fakes the three, steps to his right, takes the three, and misses off the back of the rim. And the long rebound to Fajardo is third. Bounce pass to Langford, banks and scores, and a foul! And Jackson Langford to the line. He's got 4 in the game. A beautiful pass from Braden Fajardo. The foul was on Alex Stern, his first. And Fort Morgan draws to within 2. The first point scored by either team in the quarter. And we're nearly a minute and a half in. And Wesley Carnes will check in for Fort Morgan. You're going to make sure they have the right player on the board that committed the foul. Fernando Marquez is out. So Langford to shoot 1 to draw Fort Morgan to within 1. And the free throw is up, and that is going to be good off the lip of the rim and in. 15-14. On the outside right, Stern with the basketball, hands it off to Conway, penetrating right baseline, cut off by Carnes. Left-handed dribble between the legs against Wesley Carnes, now retreating towards midcourt, making a move at the top, now at the free throw line, hands it off to Stern. Stern all the way, has the shot blocked, gets it right back though, and they reset to Elise. Elise in the paint all the way, left-handed layup up, and he missed it, but the ball is rebounded by Stern, and they kick it back out and reset again. Here is J.J. Heil fouled by Jackson Langford. And Langford commits his second. We have 6:08 to go. Let's see if that lands him on the bench. You don't want to get that third in the opening half. And 3/4 court. It'll be Conover. Check that. It'll be Heil to take the free throw. Beto Martinez is now into the game for Langford. So stepping to the line, that's the 17th foul, 1-and-1 situation. And the Heil free throw is in. (16-14). Second free throw is upcoming. And that one is up, and that's in. The Mustangs trail by 3, 17-14, approaching the 6-minute mark. Wesley Carnes, front court pass to Martinez. Beto at the free throw line, back out to Fajardo. Fajardo in the lane, bounce pass to Campa, who banks and scores. Beautiful feed, Fajardo with 2 nice assists in this quarter. The Mustangs down 1. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Martinez at midcourt. Frederick retains possession, 17-16. 5:54 to go, second quarter. Conover throws it in near midcourt to Jacoby Conway. Conway to Elise. Elise against Wheatley. Into the paint. He fades, he shoots, and he misses from 6 feet away. And the rebound to Fajardo is fourth. Fajardo between his legs, behind his back against Elise. Dribbles on the outside left, picks up his dribble. Bounce pass to the top for Carnes. On the right side, here's Campa. Down low for Carnes. Ball is knocked away. Wheatley chases it down, though. Wheatley at the top, spinning on Elise. 15-footer off the glass and in. And the Mustangs have the lead. 17-16. Nice shot by Wheatley. 5:15 to go, second quarter. The ball goes through the hands of J.J. Heil. Out of bounds, Fort Morgan basketball. Turnover number 4 for Frederick. And Fajardo, 3/4 court to throw it in. Timeout. Timeout called by Frederick. 5:15 to go, second quarter. Fort Morgan 18, Frederick 17 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Mustang basketball leading 18-17, 5:09 to go, second quarter. Against the Frederick Warriors, Wheatley at the top on the outside left to Beto Martinez. Bounce pass down low to Carnes in the lane. He fades, he shoots, and scores. And that's going to be Fajardo. Check that. Man, Carnes and Fajardo look alike. That's 5 points in the game now for Fajardo. The Mustangs up by 3, 20-17. Here's the handoff, left of the lane, back out to Heil. Now Jacoby Conway at the top, swings it right side to Alizi. As the Mustangs back off in this 2-3. With the basketball is Conway, and he puts up a runner off the glass, misses wildly. Briggs Wheatley has the rebound for Fort Morgan. The Mustangs want to run, but then they throw the ball away in the front court. That's turnover number 7. Baseball pass midcourt to Stern. Now here is Conway, bounce pass inside, knocked out of bounds by Martinez, intended for Heil. It'll be Frederick basketball to the right of the basket, and Heil to trigger it in. In the left corner for Stern, back out to Alizi. Alizi feeds it left wing for Heil. Heil against Beto Martinez. Heil crosses over, three-pointers up and off the back of the rim. Nice block out. That is Wesley Carnes with a rebound, his second. Carnes across the timeline. Carnes nearly stripped from behind, pulls up from 5. Back rim, no. The rebound to Beto Martinez, and Martinez was on the end line. And even 4 minutes to go. Here's Levi McCoy into the game, replacing Jesse Campa. So for the Mustangs, they have Carnes, Martinez, Fajardo, Wheatley, and McCoy. And Wheatley is a little bit gassed out there, it looks like, trying to get his breath. And Jacoby Conway for Frederick. Conway with a basketball. Feeds it left side for Alizi against Wheatley. Crossover dribble in the lane all the way. Lays it up and in. That was too easy. He was not stopped. Alizi now with 6. Frederick draws to within 1, 20-19. 3:38 to go, second quarter. Wesley Carnes bounce pass down low. McCoy has the shot blocked from behind, but he's fouled by Stern. That'll be his second. McCoy to the line. As the junior steps in, Fernando Marquez about to check back in. A 30-second timeout. This is a mask timeout because they wear masks during the game, the players and officials. It's just a 30-second timeout. And Fort Morgan is down by a point. Check that, up by a point at 20-19 over Frederick. Fill up your cooler, gas up your car. Stubbs Gas and Oil, easy and convenient. Makes them the only stop you need on your way to the big game. Stubbs Gas and Oil. Mustang halftime show is coming up. And mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. Equitable Savings and Loan, check them out today. And the Mustangs have essentially gone with 9 players in this game. 9 of the 12 on their roster. And McCoy to the line. He spins, he shoots, and he misses off the back of the rim. Second free throw is upcoming. And that one is up, and that one is in. And the Mustangs are up by 2, 21-19. 3.5 to go before the break. Conway with a basketball into the paint, lost control, and it's taken away by Beto Martinez. Here comes Beto, left side, Marquez 3. He bricked it badly, got nothing but glass. And then looked like Carnes went over the back. Are they going to say, yeah, I don't know why Wesley did that. He just went way over the back. Second foul, Ortega's going to come in for Wesley Carnes. Back into the game is Braden Barringer for Frederick. And that'll be the 18th foul. Alizi to the line for the 1-and-1. Isaiah Elise. He bends, he shoots, and he connects. The lead is down to 1, 21-20. Second free throw is coming up for Isaiah Elise. And that one is up, and that one is around and good as well. And the game is tied at 21. Marquez, front court pass to Ortega. Ortega on the high right towards the top, back out to Wheatley behind his back. He spins, he turns, has it blocked by Elise on the 15-footer. Alex Stern away with the basketball. Across the timeline, here's Marinoff. Marinoff has done nothing in this game offensively. In the right corner, back out to Behringer, penetrates right baseline, bounce pass, cross court, Marinoff, 3 in the corner, is an air ball. Ortega has it for Fort Morgan. Ortega into the front court, Ortega met by Marinoff. Bounce pass on the high right to Marquez, right corner for Wheatley. Wheatley dribbles right baseline. He's cut off over there by Elise. Jump pass in the lane to McCoy. Has a shot blocked out of bounds by Harry Singh, who just came into the game. The Mustangs retain possession. Ortega to throw it in. Ortega lobs it left corner for McCoy. I don't know what he was doing there. Marquez is the guy there. It's like he was out of position. Marquez leans, banks, and scores on the drive to the basket. Fernando Marquez with 7. Fort Morgan 23. Frederick 21. 2:23 to go in the second. Here's Behringer straight away for Marinoff. Campa and Fajardo getting ready to check in. And then stripped beautifully. Marquez is going to strip the Frederick player. Marquez all the way, reverse layup, misses. Off the turnover, Singh with a rebound. Well, that's too bad they couldn't convert. 3-on-2, and Stern, I believe there's a foul there against Fort Morgan. Yep, that's going to be on Beto Martinez. And this will be the 19th foul. Beto commits his second. It's Marquez, Fajardo, Ortega, Campa, and Wheatley here for Fort Morgan. Alex Stern with a 1-and-1. With the Mustangs up by 2, that free throw is good. 23-22. Ryan Chacon about to check in for Frederick. And the free throw is up and in. Deadlocked at 23. And out of the game is Stern, and into the game is Chacon. Wheatley looking. Backcourt bounce pass taken by Fajardo. Fajardo front court pass through the hands of Ortega, too high, out of bounds. Fort Morgan with their 8th turnover. And even 2 minutes to go before halftime. This is Morgan County's B106 KPRB, Brush Fort Morgan. I'm John Beltran, live from Fort Morgan High School. The Mustangs and Frederick Warriors deadlocked at 23. Elise on the high right against Wheatley. Dribbles right baseline, swings it left corner. Singh, 3 in the air, is an air ball. And Ortega has it for the Mustangs. Ortega out of the pack on the high right. Bounce pass to Marquez off his hand and taken away by Frederick. And then Jesse Campa intercepts it for Fort Morgan. They trade turnovers. Now to Marquez in the lane all the way. Scoops and scores off the glass. Marquez now with 9. The Mustangs up by 2, 25-23. Minute 22 to go before halftime. Elise all the way. Has a shot blocked by Wheatley, but they call a foul. Wheatley commits his first. And Isaiah Elise to the stripe to shoot 2. So he goes to the line. I thought it was on Wheatley. They're going to change the call here. Anyway. Now, they haven't posted it on the board, but they clearly said it was Wheatley. Elise has 8 points in this opening half and make it 9. Now they're going to say it was Marquez. Marquez wasn't even that close. Fernando with his first. Fort Morgan 25, Frederick 24. Second free throws in the air, and that one is well short. And the ball is rebounded and partially blocked. That looked like it maybe could have been a foul. Now we've got a tie-up as the ball went into the hands of Braden Behringer. But Fort Morgan has the possession arrow pointing in their direction. They've got the ball up by 1 with 76 seconds to go in the opening half. Wheatley, backcourt pass to Ortega. Ortega crossing the timeline behind his back. Frank Ortega nearly lost it, got it back, and that's going to be the 17th foul on Frederick. 17th foul by Harry Singh. Frederick has used 10 of their 11 players, and Fort Morgan's used 9 of their 12. And to the line is Frank Ortega. To shoot the 1-and-1, and the free throw is a brick off to the right, not even close. Rebound is controlled over there by Chacon. Straight away with the basketball is Heil now. Harry Singh kicks it back out to Behringer into the lane, the hop step, and he misses the layup, and the ball is loose. It's picked up by Jesse Campa. Over to Wheatley, 3-on-3. Wheatley nearly got stripped, gets it back, maintains the dribble, dribbles into the lane, puts it up and around and no good. And the ball is poked out of bounds. It is off of Frederick. Mustangs retain possession up by 1 with 43.5 seconds to go. 43.5 to go in the opening half. Well, that was a wild sequence there. Marquez to throw it in. Right corner for Campa. Jump pass to Wheatley. Straight away to Ortega. Here's Braden Fajardo between his legs. Has the 3. Takes the 3. Misses short. He thought about it too much. Elise with a rebound. That's his 5th for Frederick. And then the ball is thrown away at midcourt, intended for Singh. And Frederick commits their 7th turnover of the quarter and their 8th of the game. It'll be Fort Morgan basketball with 31.3 seconds to go, and Wheatley is gassed out there. There's the bounce into Marquez. Marquez will just maintain the dribble. Marquez now dribbles into the lane, jump pass right corner, Fajardo 3, and he missed it. And the ball is tipped around into the hands of Campa. Here's Campa to Wheatley, left wing to Ortega. Back out to Wheatley. Wheatley left of the lane, and then his jump shot missed from 10, and the rebound to Elise. Elise with 6 seconds to go with 5. Jump pass left corner and out of bounds through the hands of Braden Behringer. Frederick with another turnover. The Mustangs will take the lead into the locker room, but they've got 1 shot to score here with 2.8 seconds to go in the opening half. Wheatley into Marquez. Now midcourt to Fajardo, puts up the long 3, and that is good, but I don't think it counted. I don't believe it counted. Let's see, they're going to get together. If that counts, I think Fort Morgan gets a break there. I think he put it up either with 1/10 of a second to go or less. We'll find out. I think they're going to give it to Fajardo. I think, nope, they don't give it to him, and I think that's the right call. I think that's the right call. He got rid of it too late. We have played 16 minutes of basketball at the break. Fort Morgan 25, Frederick 24. It's a 3-minute break on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you for Fort Morgan High School. Let's head to the third quarter. Fort Morgan with a 25-24 lead. The Mustangs with Jackson Langford, Braden Fajardo, Jesse Campa, Briggs Wheatley, and Fernando Marquez. It's Alex Stern, along with J.J. Heil, Isaiah Elise, Jacoby Conway, and Elon Marinoff. And let's see who has the basketball first. It'll be Frederick to begin the second half. So Frederick ball and Elise to throw it in. And he gets it in to Marinoff. Marinoff against Marquez, dribbling in the high right, into the lane, jump pass, back out to Heil. Heil against Langford, and he runs right into him. Offensive foul. Well, that's great defense there on Jackson Langford, by Jackson Langford. Turnover number 10. And the Mustangs come the other way. Marquez over to Fajardo. Jump pass to Marquez just beyond midcourt. And then Marquez still looking at the free throw line. Down low for Langford. Banks and scores. Boy, beautiful passing by Fort Morgan. and the Mustangs have the lead, 27-24. Here's Alizi dribbling left baseline, backs up, corner three is way short, and the rebound is controlled by Marquez. Marquez out of the pack with the basketball. Marquez dribbling to his right, back out to Wheatley. Wheatley into the paint, swings it down low for Campa. He banks and misses, and then the ball is loose. It's still loose, and it's picked up by Alex Stern of Frederick. And then we got a whistle and a foul and a tie-up. Check that. Well, that's great defense there by Langford and Wheatley. Just staying with the play, there's a tie-up in the backcourt. The Mustangs retain possession as the arrow is pointing in their direction. And Marquez to trigger it in. Lobs it to the outside left for Wheatley. Wheatley, left corner, Marquez. Marquez steps in, bounce pass inside. Campa banks and scores to the left of the basket. Marquez with the assist. And the Mustangs lead 29-24. 6:52 to go, third quarter. Alizi the other way for Frederick. The Warriors have really struggled to shoot. The Mustangs are looking to pull this off. Hands it off to Conway. He leans, he banks, and he misses. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. It is off of Braden Fajardo. And retaining possession is Frederick. This is the biggest lead the Mustangs have had in this game, up by 5. Lob in the left corner for Stern. Kicks it back out. Here's Heil, left corner, Alizi. Dribbles left of the lane. Jump pass down low for Stern. Stern has the shot blocked, and Langford saves it in beautifully. Langford to Wheatley, back out to Marquez, left baseline. Kicks it back out to Wheatley, left wing, Fajardo. In the corner, penetrates left baseline. He's got to swing it back out to Wheatley, straight away. Marquez, three. Yes! Fernando! And the Mustangs lead by 8, 32-24. 30-second timeout. Put the points on the board. 32-24. The Mustangs have 7 in the quarter. You got to put the points on the board there for Fort Morgan. 32-20. Why are they keeping it at 29? 32. There you go. Mustangs now up by 8. That took a while. Clearly a three-pointer. Wow. Fort Morgan's come out with a strong run to begin the second half. They've scored the first 7 points and have an 8-point lead. And this Frederick team 4-1 going in. But the Mustangs have come to play here, and they lead by 8. And Frederick's just missing a bunch of shots. They have 1-3 in the game. That came from Conway. They're a better outside shooting team normally. The Mustangs have 2 triples from Marquez and 1 from Fajardo. Let's see if they can keep this going, up by 8. It'll be Frederick basketball. Nearly 2 minutes into the second half. Yeah, Coach Miller had to call a timeout there. Isaiah Alizi takes it the other way for Frederick. This would be a quality win for Fort Morgan. Alizi at the top, dribbling to his left. Alizi looking, swings it at the top now for Heil. Back out to Alizi on the high left. He's just backing up even more. Alizi makes a move into the lane. Jump pass inside for Stern. Puts it up and in on the left baseline. That is Alex Stern, who's got 6 points in the game. Fajardo inside to Wheatley. Banks and scores. Holy mahungus. What a beautiful feat from Fajardo. And now we have a whistle in the backcourt. That's a foul on Wheatley. That'll be his first. Yeah, tried to come up with a cheap steal. Would have been a great steal in the backcourt. And Alizi for Frederick, down by 8. 5:35 to go, third quarter. Fort Morgan 34, Frederick 26. Isaiah Alizi dribbles on the high right against Wheatley. Right of the lane, kicks it back out to Heil. Takes a long three, and that's well short, but Heil gets the rebound. And Heil's bounce pass is intercepted by Braden Fajardo. Fort Morgan the other way. Here's Marquez, left of the lane. Marquez back out to Campa, inside to Langford. Shot is blocked. Jackson had the shot blocked, and Elon Marinoff has it. Marinoff left of the lane and stripped and fouled. And are they going to say that's on Marinoff? Yeah, they're going to say that Marinoff committed the offensive foul. Wow! Wow. Oh, Coach Miller doesn't like that at all. Marinoff, offensive foul. That's his third. And Frederick all of a sudden with 12 turnovers in the game, 3 in this quarter. Fort Morgan can go up by 10 or 11. Bryce Conover is into the game for Elon Marinoff, who's been held scoreless. Wheatley to throw it in. In the backcourt to Fajardo. Jump pass to Wheatley. Wheatley crossing midcourt. Wheatley dribbles near the top. Wheatley swings it right side to Campa. Back out to Fajardo between his legs. Into the lane, and then we got a whistle. There's got to be a foul there. And that foul is on Elise. That's his second. And the Mustangs to throw it in along the side. That's a second team foul on Frederick. Nope, they're going to throw it underneath the basket to the right of the basket. Marquez to trigger it in. Fernando looking, still looking. Feeds it left corner. Fajardo penetrates, pulls up from 10 off the top of the backboard. Rebound to Campa, and then Campa dribbled it into traffic. And we have a timeout called by Fort Morgan. That's a good timeout. Called by Andy Schoen. Needed that one because Campa was in all types of trouble there with the ball loose. And Fort Morgan still had possession. 4:40 to go, third quarter. Still 34-26 Fort Morgan. The Mustangs have begun the second half on a 9-2 run. Their 1-point halftime lead stretched out to 8. Bank of Colorado is the only bank dedicated to help you make the most of living here. Easy for me to say, not just a bank in Colorado, they're Bank of Colorado. Proud supporter of local sports and academics. That's the Bank of Colorado. Starting 5 is still in there for the Mustangs because they have been very good. Much better here to open the second half than they were to open the game. Frederick scored only 9 points in the second quarter and only 2 so far in this one. Fernando to throw it in. Marquez over to Langford. Has to kick it back out. Instead, it's going to be stolen away by Conway, and he banks and he misses, but a foul on Langford. He went for the bank. Langford now has committed his third. And Beto Martinez will check in for Langford. Jacoby Conway to the line, and the free throw is up and good. Second free throw is coming up. Jackson has 7 points in the game tonight. Wesley Carnes about to check in. He replaces Marquez. 34, should be 27. What's going on with the scoreboard here? They made the free throw. That should be 34-27 and 34-28. Should be 2 free throws up there. Wheatley to throw it in the backcourt to Campa. Campa along the side. Haven't put the points up there yet. That should be 28. Here is Wesley Carnes. Carnes dribbles into the lane. Left corner, the 3 is up, and it's in and out. Missed by Fajardo. And the rebound is controlled by Bryce Conover. Conover with the basketball here to Elise. Elise hands it off to Stern, misses the little floater, and then the shot is missed over there by Elise. Then the ball is loose and a foul on Fort Morgan. All types of scrambling underneath the basket, and that's going to be on Campa. That's his second. Retaining possession is Frederick. Down by 6, 4:07 to go in the third. And the bounce pass into Stern, and Campa trips him up. That's a second foul on Campa in less than 2 seconds. That's his third overall. And Levi McCoy's going to check in. McCoy in for Campa. The Mustangs have 4 fouls in the second half in this quarter. To throw it in is Conway. Lobs it left corner for Conover. Back out over there to Heil. And we have an offensive foul. I believe that was on Conover. And it's getting sloppy on both sides now. That's turnover number 13. And again, the Mustangs normally don't win games if they don't score at least 60 points. That's been the history under Andy Schoen, and even before that with Ty Traherne in his final year. Wesley Carnes dribbles it into the front court for Fort Morgan. Carnes right of the lane. Carnes spinning down low, and the shot by McCoy is blocked, but a foul. McCoy was fouled to go to the line. Wesley Carnes with a great move. Boy, Wesley Carnes broke down the defense very nicely there. And now we've got a mid-quarter timeout for the mass timeout, but again, not too much flow. That foul on Stern was his third. Yeah, lots of stoppages here in this quarter. Lots of stoppages. So we'll keep it right here. Premier Farm Credit understands production ag, and they've been serving our rural communities for over 100 years. Premier Farm Credit in Sterling, Fort Morgan, Yuma, and Holyoke. Frederick 34, Fort Morgan 28. Check that, Fort Morgan 34, Frederick 28, excuse me. With 3:52 to go in the third quarter. We'll reset the lineups for both teams. For the Mustangs, Levi McCoy's the free throw shooter. Wesley Carnes, Beto Martinez, Braden Fajardo, and Briggs Wheatley. Isaiah Elise, Bryce Conover, Braden Behringer now into the game. Ryan Chacon. And then at midcourt is Jacoby Conway. Free throw by McCoy is off the back of the rim, and it goes in. Got a very friendly roll for McCoy. The lead is 7 for the Mustangs. 35-28. Second free throw is up, and that's good. Mustangs lead by 8. Front court pass is taken over there on the high right by Behringer. Now to Elise. Elise straight away, thinks about the three, takes the three, nails the three. Isaiah Elise now with 12. And the lead is down to 5 for the Mustangs. 36-31. McCoy the other way, right of the lane, kicks it back out to Fajardo between his legs, behind his back. Fajardo back out to Wesley Carnes. Carnes swings it left side. Here is Wheatley. Crossover. Wheatley left of the lane. And then that ball is stripped away from Wheatley. First turnover by the Mustangs in the quarter. The other way, banking and missing on that shot was Braden Behringer. And the ball is out of bounds. It's off Braden Fajardo. And it will stay with Frederick. Fajardo not happy. They might be taking him out. Yep, Fernando Marquez will come into the game. And to throw it in will be Jacoby Conway. Conway lobs it to Elise. Elise falls, and the ball is loose in the front court. It's going to be picked up by Wheatley. Bounce pass inside to Carnes. Misses, and then the ball is poked around, and it's taken by McCoy. The Mustangs are going to have to reset with the basketball. On the outside left, now here is Carnes into the lane. Kicks it back out to Fernando. He turns, he shoots, and scores! Fernando Marquez with a brilliant move, and the Mustangs lead by 7. Wow. That was a crazy sequence there. Fort Morgan. Now Elise's three is no good, and McCoy with a rebound for Fort Morgan. Out of the pack, here is Carnes, middle of the lane, lays it up, and he too strong, he missed it. Conway with a rebound. There's a foul in the backcourt. And the foul is on McCoy. That's his first. With 2.5 to go in the third. Fort Morgan 38, Frederick 31. The Mustangs have extended the lead since halftime. Elon Marinoff will check in momentarily after the next whistle, along with J.J. Heil. Dribbling into the paint, all the way leaning, banking, and scoring. Is that a foul on Fort Morgan? It is. Scoring was Conway, who had 7 points in the opening quarter. Now he's got 11. And that's a blocking foul. And that might be, that might be McCoy again. And Conway to the stripe. Yeah, I think that's on McCoy. And the free throw by Conway is up, and it barely got to the rim. Marquez with a Rebound for Fort Morgan is first. 38-33. The Mustangs in the lead. Marquez trapped. Feeds it midcourt to Wheatley. It's a 2-on-1. Wheatley all the way. Banks and scores with a right hand. Briggs. Wheatley now has 7. And the lead is 7. 40-33. Boy, they got it. There you go. Putting these points up on the board rather late. With the basketball is Behringer. Back out middle of the lane. Conway fell, and the ball's knocked out of bounds after he was stripped. No whistle. It will stay with the Frederick Warriors. And to throw it in will be Braden Behringer. Behringer looking, bounce pass down low, off the hands of Chacon, it's loose, and then there's going to be bodies all over the floor. There's a tie-up situation, and possession arrow Frederick. Stays with Frederick. And to throw it in is Behringer. Looking in the right corner, back out to Chacon. Here is J.J. Howe against Marquez. Wanted to hand it off to Elise, but Wheatley is right there. Now straight away, Behringer, left corner, 3 Marinoff, and that's off the back of the rim. Boy, they cannot buy a bucket. Fernando Marquez with a rebound. Marquez across the timeline. Fernando with the basketball on the high left. Crossover dribble. Swings it left baseline. Wheatley. Wheatley wanted to shoot, could not do so. Now to Marquez. Now near the midcourt, there's Levi McCoy with the basketball. Lobs it to Beto Martinez. Martinez kicks it back out to Marquez. He pulls up. His shot is up and in and out from about 10 feet away. And there's a foul on McCoy in the backcourt as Chacon grabbed the rebound. And for Fort Morgan, that's their 17th foul. That's not good. Yeah, they should be. Nick Beltran finally getting into the game. That took forever. Well, Beltran is in for the first time with 1:19 to go in the third. McCoy now with his 4th foul. And are they trying to establish the free throw shooter? Let's see. Yeah, it should be Chacon. Chacon to shoot the 1-and-1. And his free throw is up, and it's off the back of the rim, and it takes a high bounce, and it goes through. 40-34, the Mustangs still in the lead. Second free throw upcoming. That's up, and that's back rim, but the rebound to Elise. Tries to put it up from his backside, and he misses. Briggs Wheatley comes away with a rebound. Here is Marquez with the basketball. Marquez swings it at the top for Wesley Carnes. Carnes back out to Beltran. Beltran with the basketball, now feeds Wheatley. Wheatley back out to Fernando Marquez, 1 minute to go. Marquez just beyond the timeline. Marquez back out to Martinez. Swings it left corner for Beltran. Straight away, here is Carnes in the lane. Pulls up his runners up and short. And the rebound is controlled by Braden Behringer. Now left corner, Marinoff, wide open 3, and he missed it badly. And the ball is rebounded by Wheatley. He fought hard in the corner to get it. Wheatley now to Beltran. Beltran in the midcourt. Beltran swings it left side, and the ball is out of bounds. Intended there for Wesley Carnes. Thrown away. The turnover for Fort Morgan is their 11th. With a 6-point lead for Fort Morgan, Frederick basketball. And Frank Ortega will check in. Here we go with Marinoff. Marinoff just beyond midcourt. Marinoff with 20 seconds to go. Swings it over to check that. It's not McCoy. It's the other 3. Heil. Now to Marinoff against Beto Martinez with 12 seconds remaining. Looks up at the clock with 10. Dribbles to his left. Into the paint. And his runner's up off the back of the rim. No good. And the ball is tipped around. And then we have a whistle and a traveling violation on Frederick. 3.5 seconds to go. And Ortega's going to be in for Wheatley. Wesley Carnes to throw it in. With 3.5 ticks remaining. Carnes into Marquez. Back to Carnes. He puts it up, and that one's well short from about 70 feet away. And that's the end of quarter number 3. It is Fort Morgan 40 and Frederick 34 on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you. We head to the fourth quarter. The Mustangs are going for the upset here, leading 40-34 over Frederick. Alex Stern, J.J. Heil, along with Braden Behringer. Elon Marinoff, who's been held scoreless tonight, believe it or not, on Jacoby Conway. For the Mustangs, Fernando Marquez, Braden Fajardo, Frank Ortega, Jesse Camp, and Jackson Langford. In the backcourt, Marquez with the basketball. Marquez against Marinoff on the high right. Here's Fajardo. Bounce pass over to Langford. Here's Frank Ortega, spinning, turning. Going to have to hand it off to Langford on the left baseline. He fades, he shoots, he scores on the left baseline. Jackson Langford now with 9 points in the game. Fort Morgan leads 42-34. Marinoff the other way. Marinoff stripped by Marquez. Marquez with one to beat. Ortega's to his right. Bounce pass to Ortega. Banks misses in. Langford goes back up and scores. Jackson Langford, the trailer, able to put it in. The Mustangs up by 10, 44-34. Wow, what a performance by Fort Morgan here. Marinoff, left baseline. Marinoff kicks it back out in the corner for Heil. Heil takes a long three, and that's bricked. Jesse Campo with a rebound, his fourth. Over to Marquez. Mustangs in control here with 6:53 to go in the game. Marquez in the high right, in the right corner for Ortega. Hands it back off to Langford. Langford looking. Going to have to swing it back out, and his jump pass inside is loose. The ball is loose, and I believe we have a Mustang foul as Fort Morgan threw it away, and Frederick had the ball. A foul was on Fajardo. That'll be his second. It'll be a 1-and-1 situation with the Mustangs up by 10 with 6:42 to go in the game. It'll be Conway to the line. He's got 11 points in the game, 1 point shy of Elise's total for Frederick. And the free throw is up and good. Frederick still has lots to make up in this game. Down by 9, 44-35. Second free throw for Jacoby Conway is up and around and good. Wheatley to throw it in with backcourt pressure to Fajardo. Fajardo tries to dribble out of traffic and does into the front court. Overhead pass is taken by Langford. Now down low for Campa. Straight away here is Briggs Wheatley. Wheatley maintains the dribble. Now to Fajardo between his legs. Right of the lane. Fajardo kicks it back out. Marquez three. Good! Fernando nails the triple. He's all fired up. And the Mustangs lead by 11, 47-36. And the shot off the glass is missed over there on the other end. Langford with a rebound. And it's knocked out of bounds. Marquez now has 17 points in the game. And Conway's clearly frustrated after a missed shot, and the ball was poked out of bounds by Frederick. And Wheatley to throw it in. Wheatley in the backcourt to Langford. Back out to Wheatley. Wheatley crosses the timeline. Now to Langford. He feeds Marquez. Marquez well behind the three-point line, and he dribbled it right into the defender. And then the ball was poked out of bounds off a Bryce Conover. The teams exchanged turnovers. Frederick cannot catch a break. Fort Morgan has just 3 turnovers in the second half. And Fajardo just beyond midcourt to trigger it in. Fajardo looking, lobs it near the timeline to Wheatley. Wheatley dribbles by a defender in the lane. Bounce pass down low for Campa. Swings it left corner. Fajardo three. Is an air ball picked up by Langford, who scores. Jackson Langford has given the Mustangs a 13-point lead. On the other end, Elise, 15-footer, no good, but he's fouled. But Langford has come up with some huge plays here in the fourth quarter. He's got 6 in the quarter and 13 in the game. Mustang foul was on Wheatley, a second. Elise scored 9 points in the opening half. And with still plenty of time here, 5:45 to go. Free throw is up, and that's good. Mustangs up by 12. Harry Singh will come in for Frederick, replacing J.J. Heil. 49-37. Elise spins, shoots, and misses back rim. But Singh has got the rebound, and that's going to be a foul on Fort Morgan again. That's going to be Langford's fourth. And Harry Singh will go to the line. Beto Martinez about to check in. So he will shoot the 1-1, 19 foul. Again, the Mustangs are up by 12, 5:40 to go. And the free throw is off the back of the rim, and the rebound to Briggs Wheatley. Terrible shooting night here for Frederick. Wheatley on the high right behind the three-point line. Swings it at the top for Marquez. Down low to Campa. Campa swings it out to Wheatley. Fakes the three. Pulls up. 10-footer. Yes. Briggs Wheatley scores. Wheatley now has 9. The Mustangs lead by 14. 51-37. Conover the other way. His runner is up and in off the glass. He ran right into Marquez. 51-39. Timeout is called by Frederick. 5 minutes and 13 seconds to go. In the game, Fort Morgan 51, Frederick 39 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Fort Morgan 51, Frederick 39, 5:13 to go in the game. The Mustangs are in firm control. It's been probably their best game of the season. Playing some real nice basketball tonight. It'll be Fort Morgan basketball, and Briggs Wheatley to throw it in. In the backcourt to Campa, now back out to Wheatley. Wheatley crosses the timeline, spins at the top against Elise. Jump pass to Fajardo. Bounce pass, right baseline to Martinez. Now to Fajardo. Fajardo then lost control of the ball. Turnover number 13 for Fort Morgan. And then, why are they committing turnovers in the backcourt? That's over-aggressive. I think it's Beto Martinez. That's not a smart foul in the backcourt because it's the double bonus situation. Isaiah Elise at the line. That's the best way they can come back without the clock even moving. And let's see for Beto. That should be his third foul. Free throw, Elise is back rimmed. Wow. Second free throw upcoming for Isaiah Elise. He bends, he shoots, and connects. 51 to 39, 40, there you go. They're just late getting everything up on the board now. Here is Marquez in the lane. He leans, he puts it up off the bottom of the backboard, and then the ball is loose in the paint. There's a tie-up. Possession arrow, Frederick. And it will be Frederick basketball with 4:45 to go. And they're down 11. They've got to make up a lot of points right now. Mustangs 9 shy of 60. 9 shy. Alizi trying to clear out traffic. Alizi dribbles into the paint, and then that pass is intercepted. It's intercepted by Marquez. Marquez jump pass inside. That one is intercepted by Conway, and then the Mustangs commit another foul. Wow, I mean, they're committing fouls in the backcourt. Levi McCoy will check in, but they haven't posted the foul here. That might have been on Marquez. Anyway, to the line is Jacoby Conway. 30-second timeout by Fort Morgan. I'm not sure who committed that foul. They had signaled it, but then they never put it on the board. So it's 51-40, a very choppy second half, at least now in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. We still have 4:26 to go in the game. Engineering and consulting services for all of your projects. Western Engineering Consultants, strong commitment to their clients' needs sets them apart. Get your project started the right way with Western Engineering Consultants. The Mustangs with a 51-40 lead are looking for the upset here of the Frederick Warriors, 4-1 going in. Frederick has had an off-shooting night, to say the least. McCoy, Wheatley, Marquez, Fajardo, and Beto Martinez for Fort Morgan. And here come two free throws to be attempted here from Jacoby Conway. The first one is good. Second free throw is upcoming. He can make this a 9-point game. And that free throw is up and in. Conway now has 15 points in the game. Backcourt pressure being applied. Briggs Wheatley dribbles out of traffic. Jump pass, front court to Martinez. Offensive foul. Oh, that's a tough call. Wheatley's allowed to come down. I think that's a really tough call against Wheatley. Turnover number 15. Wheatley's committed his third personal. Again, they're not putting the fouls up on the board. It's getting, we almost have to spot it instantaneously. So I have that as his third. With 4:20 to go in the game, Frederick can make this a 7 or 6 point game. Marinoff, who has not scored, left of the lane all the way, lays it up and in with the right hand. Marinoff just drove down the lane, and the lead is down to 7. And then the ball is loose near midcourt, and that might be a foul on Fort Morgan. That might be on Beto Martinez, as a Frederick Warrior went down at midcourt in Marinoff. Well, the Mustangs are coming apart after being up by 13 moments ago. And Fort Morgan has committed 5 turnovers in the quarter. We're not even midway through. If that's Beto, I've got that as his fourth, but again, they're not marking any of this stuff on the board. Looks like there's more confusion. And the free throw is up and rattles home for Elon Marinoff, who was held scoreless until moments ago. And now it's a 51-45 game. This would be one heck of a comeback. This right now is a 7-0 run for Frederick, and it's an 8-0 run. Second free throw is in. Still anybody's game, 51-46. Backcourt bounce pass to Fajardo, jump pass to Wheatley, and Wheatley's fouled. Fouled by Singh, 17th foul. Wheatley with the front end of the 1-and-1 on the other end. Briggs Wheatley has 9 in the game. They were going for another steal, did not happen. So Briggs Wheatley can give Fort Morgan a 6-point lead if he makes this free throw. And he could earn the second. Wheatley bends, shoots, and connects. Hit the back of the rim, took a high bounce, and it went in. Second free throw for Wheatley, 52-46 Fort Morgan. And even 4 minutes to go in the game. That one is up, and that one is back rimmed, and the long rebound on one hop to Alex Stern of Frederick. Here the other way is Conway. He banks and he misses, and the putback is up and in by Elise. He was not blocked out. All of a sudden, Elise has got 16 points in the game. Marquez right baseline, bounce pass inside of Martinez. Double teamed and an offensive foul. Henry Singh took the contact. Beto is either fouled out or that's his fourth. But Fort Morgan has 6 turnovers in the quarter and is down to a 52-48 game, and Langford about to come back in. Yeah, he's got to replace Beto. That's not Martinez's spot anyway. Martinez is only in there for his defense. He's not an offensive player. Timeout, and Frederick has all the momentum. This is an 11-1 run for Frederick. It was 10-1 run, I should say. It was 51-38. And now, all of a sudden, Frederick is back in the game with 3:40 to go. Fort Morgan has committed 17 turnovers in the game and 6 in this quarter, and we're barely halfway through the quarter. You got to know how to put teams away, and the Mustangs are attempting to do that without collapsing. Frederick led for a decent portion of the first half. Mustangs took over right before halftime and went up 25-24, and then led 40-34 after 3, then got off to a great start in the fourth quarter thanks to Langford's 3 buckets. But now Frederick has rallied, and they've got the ball. They can make this a 2-point game. Fajardo, Marquez, Langford, Campa, and Wheatley for Fort Morgan. Here is Marinoff along with Conway, Stern, Elise, and Singh for Frederick. Marinoff gets a pick left of the lane, jump pass, left corner. Here's Conway, back out, Stern straight away, 3, good. It's a 1-point game as Stern scores. He's got 9, 52-51 Fort Morgan. We have 3:18 to go. The Mustangs had a 13-point lead. Fajardo bounce pass to Wheatley. He banks and scores. Wheatley to the left of the bucket. Wheatley now has 12 in the game, 54-51. Conway has a strip by Wheatley. Wheatley with 1 to beat. Wheatley spins and has the ball stolen from him. Long pass to Singh is going to go out of bounds, and Frederick turns it over. Fort Morgan basketball, a wild sequence there with 2:57 to go. Fort Morgan 54, Frederick 51. Again, 60 is the magic number for the Mustangs, you would think here, based on what they've done before. In the Andy Schoen era, here comes Bryce Conover in for Harry Singh. Wheatley just scored a key bucket. He's going to inbound the basketball. Wheatley for Fort Morgan. In the backcourt to Fajardo. Lob back out to Wheatley. Wheatley still in the backcourt. Here's a front court dribble for Briggs Wheatley. Wheatley against Jacoby behind his back. Here's Wheatley in the lane, spinning, turning down low to Campa, banks and scores! Jesse Campa off the glass, off the feet from Wheatley. It's a 5-point lead, 56-51. That's big for the Mustangs. Elise the other way, turns, kicks it back out. Conover straightaway 3 is blocked by Langford, and the ball is picked up by Fernando Marquez. Marquez spinning, turning, shooting, missing. Oh boy, that was a big one there. The rebound to Marinoff. Marinoff of Frederick into the front court. Marinoff swings it right side over the head of Conway, out of bounds. Fort Morgan basketball. Turnover number 21 for Frederick, and the Mustangs lead 56-51. They might be able to put it away here next couple of possessions. Fajardo to throw it in the backcourt along the side. Over to Wheatley. Wheatley at the controls against Elise. Wheatley behind his back, lost control, had it stripped away, taken by Elise. Elise is going to be called for an offensive foul. Oh, he's lowered the right shoulder into Wheatley. He can't believe it. And for Elise, that's his 3rd. Mustangs still lead by 5, 2:02 to go in the game. Wheatley to throw it in. Wheatley looking in the backcourt to Marquez. Marquez dribbles high right along the right baseline. Defender in the air, and I believe he traveled. He did. Dragged the back foot. Both teams are committing a huge number of turnovers in this quarter. Both have 7. 1:57 to go. Fort Morgan 56, Frederick 51. Here's Isaiah Alizi dribbling at the top against Briggs Wheatley. He backs up for a straightaway 3, and that's off the front of the rim. And we got a whistle and a foul. The Mustangs pushed off. Jesse Campa pushed off. That's what they're calling. That'll be his 4th. Campa thought that he had good position there, but that was not the case. Levi McCoy's going to go back in. In for Campa. And let's see what happens with Wheatley. Does he have blood? And a full timeout now called by Andy Schoen. There's a blood issue there apparently with Briggs Wheatley. 1:45 to go in the game. It's Fort Morgan 56. Frederick 51 on B106 in the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustangs lead 56-51 over Frederick. 1:45 to go in the game from Fort Morgan High School. I'm John Beltran. What a game this has been. The Mustangs came in with a 2-3 record. Frederick at 4-1. And they have shot poorly in this game, but have come back with 17 points in the fourth quarter. But the Mustangs have pretty much matched this quarter with them, scoring 16 points of their own. It is Conover, Stern, Conway, Alizi, and Elon Marinoff for Frederick. Alex Stern to the line. It's Wheatley, Langford, along with McCoy, Marquez, and Fajardo for Fort Morgan. Alex Stern to shoot 2 free throws. And the first one is up and in. He can make this a 1-possession game. 56-52. Second free throw is upcoming. And that is up, and that's in. The Mustangs up by 3. Backcourt pressure being applied. There's a long baseball pass. It's caught. No, by Fajardo. Went through his hands out of bounds. Good pass from the quarterback, Wheatley. Mustang turn it over for an 8th time. And we have 1:44 to go in the game. Frederick can tie it with a 3. Alizi swings it over to Marinoff. Marinoff hands it off to Alizi. In the right corner, here's Conover. Dribbles into the lane. He leans, he puts it up and in, and a foul. And they can tie the game with a made free throw as Conover scores. And the foul was on Marquez. And the Mustangs have nearly blown a 13-point lead. It should be 56-55. Why are they not putting the points on the board? You got to put the points on the board. I mean, somebody's got to realize that. Free throw is up, and the game is tied at 56. You got to put the points on the board. No, it's 56 all. I mean, somebody's got to see that. Into the front court. Here is McCoy. There it is. Wow. McCoy to Marquez. 1:19 to go. Back out to Fajardo. Fajardo holding the ball between his legs at the top. On the left side to McCoy. Back out to Langford. Now in the left wing. Wheatley into the lane. Wheatley turns, hooks, and scores. Briggs Wheatley has given the Mustangs a 58-56 lead with 1:02 to go. Big bucket by Briggs Wheatley. Alizi the other way. Banks and scores. Nope, he missed it. And a foul. It's a foul, though. That almost went down. McCoy commits the foul. By the way, Wheatley has 7 in the quarter and 14 in the game. Wesley Carnes will check in here for McCoy, who's got 4 fouls. Alizi can tie it with 2 made free throws. What a game. 56.7 seconds to go. The free throw is off the back of the rim. Carnes is coming in for McCoy. Nope. McCoy staying out there. Fajardo's out. Second free throw, Elise is up, and that's in. It's a 1-point game. 58-57. You know they're going to have to foul here. Here is Briggs Wheatley. He is fouled. That'll be the 19th foul. Conover got him just beyond midcourt. That'll be his third. 52.9 seconds to go. Fort Morgan with a 58-57 lead. It'll still be a one-possession game, even if Wheatley hits both free throws. Briggs Wheatley spins, shoots, and misses back rim, and the ball is rebounded by Wheatley. And then we've got an offensive foul. He rebounded it, then committed the offensive foul. Wow. Frederick will have a chance for the lead with 50.3 seconds to go. And Wheatley is fouled out. Fouls out with 14 points. Braden Fajardo will check in. Wheatley played one heck of a game here. And Marinoff to throw it in. Over to Elise. 46 seconds to go as he crosses midcourt. Marinoff with the basketball. Marinoff right of the lane. Back out straight away. Elise. Elise backs up from 10. Back rimmed it. No. And Elise went over the back. Elise goes over the back. That'll be the 10th team foul. And Elise's committed his fourth. Will go to the other end, but it still would only be a one-possession game. Levi McCoy will be the free throw shooter for Fort Morgan. So here we go. No, it's going to be Marquez. Well, that's a break. McCoy was stepping to the line. I thought it was McCoy was stepping to the line. Well, let's see if Fernando can make two. He's had his struggles for the line this year, but that one he makes. Marquez now with 18. 59-57. Second free throw coming up, and that one is good. And the Mustangs lead by 3. 60-57. Frederick the other way with a timeout. 33.9 seconds to go. The Mustangs have hit that 60-point mark, which usually signifies a win. They scored more than 60 last Friday. I believe that was 72, 73, 65 when they lost to Severance. And here they're up by 3. Frederick did tie the game at 56 until Briggs Wheatley threw a shot up in the lane and scored. He's the only player on either side that is fouled out. Tremendous game so far here from Fort Morgan High School. The Mustangs are looking to hold on and move to 3-3 and drop Frederick to 4-2. This will be a huge victory for the Mustangs. A huge win. And we'll reset the lineups once again. Elise, Conover, Stern, Marinoff, and Conway for Frederick. They're on the floor. The Mustangs still in the huddle. Conway to throw it in just beyond midcourt with Langford, Carnes, McCoy, Fajardo, and Marquez. The Mustangs trying to hold on here with Briggs Wheatley on the bench after he fouled out. In the backcourt is going to feed Marinoff. Marinoff dribbling towards the right baseline. Marinoff almost running out of room, and then he stepped on the end line. Great defense there by Fajardo. And it is turnover number 23. Well, now Fort Morgan doesn't have to shoot, just got to get fouled and get to the line. Fajardo to throw it in. In the backcourt to Carnes. Back to Fajardo. Fajardo bounce pass front court to Langford. Langford holding the ball. Then he's fouled with 21.2 seconds to go. That's the fourth, I believe, on Marinoff. Jackson Langford with a double bonus just needs to make one. That's all he's got to do for a 2-possession lead. The senior shoots and connects. 61-57. If Frederick doesn't score on this possession, I think the Mustangs have this game. Second free throw by Langford is up. And back-rimmed lane violation against Langford anyway. But it is a 2-possession game. Frederick will need to score here. Here's the inbounds to Alizi, crossing midcourt. Alizi at the top. Alizi into the lane. Alizi's going to have to kick it back out, and he does on the outside right to Marinoff. Marinoff into the lane, jump pass, and we got a travel. Wow, the Mustangs look like they have this one. 10.4 seconds to go. Up by 2 possessions in the ball. Fajardo throws it in, gets it into Carnes in the backcourt. Back to Carnes was fouled with 8.8 to go. I think the Mustangs have got this one. But again, what did they do? They broke the 60-point mark. That 60 is a magic number. It's there for a reason. And Wesley Carnes to the line. He has not scored tonight. Carnes' free throw is up and in. Second free throw upcoming for Wesley Carnes. Carnes bends, spins, shoots, and around and good. 63-57. Looks like the Mustangs are going to take this one. Here is turn, 6 seconds to go. Baseball pass inside, off the hand of Conover, out of bounds. Mustangs are going to win this game. No need to foul here. 4.2 seconds to go, up by 6. Yeah, no need to foul. The Mustangs have got this one. And Fajardo throws it into Carnes. Carnes in the backcourt to McCoy. And the Fort Morgan Mustangs have pulled it off, defeating the Frederick Warriors 63-57. Fort Morgan improves to 3-3 on the season. Let's take a break. And we'll come back with a recap of this game. Fort Morgan 63, Frederick 57 on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustang Post-Game Show tonight is brought to you by Morgan Community College, here to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. Fort Morgan wins the game tonight 63-57 over Frederick. What a game it was for the Mustangs, down 15-11 after one, but outscored the Warriors 14-9 in the second and 15-10 in the third. Both teams scored 23 points in the fourth quarter. The visiting Warriors tonight were led by Isaiah Alizi, 17 points, 15 for Jacoby Conway. Alex Stern with 11, 5 points in the game from Bryce Conover, 4 from Elon Marinoff, 3 points from Ryan Chacon, and 2 from J.J. Heil. For the Mustangs, Fernando Marquez led the way with 19 points, 14 apiece for Jackson Langford and Briggs Wheatley, 6 in the game from Jesse Campa, 5 from Braden Fajardo, Levi McCoy with 3, and Wesley Carnes with 2. The Mustangs were out-rebounded by 1, 29-28, 9 rebounds for Alizi of Frederick, and the Mustangs got 6 rebounds from Jackson Langford. Fort Morgan with 19 turnovers, but 6 fewer than Frederick, which had 25 in the game. Both teams got tight in the fourth quarter. Fort Morgan committed 8 turnovers and Frederick with 10. At the free throw line, Frederick pretty good in the game, 21 of 27. So the Warriors in the game shot just shy of 80% from the line. The Mustangs not as fluid from the line. They were under 60% at 11 of 17. But the important thing for Fort Morgan, they moved to 3-3. Frederick drops to 4-2. And next up for the Mustangs on Tuesday, 7:30 Mountain Time, they will take on the Thompson Valley Eagles right here in Fort Morgan. Final scores once again tonight. The Frederick girls defeat Fort Morgan 57-13, but the Mustang boys beat Frederick 63-57 on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.